Anyway, let's have a look at this. Like I said, this was announced yesterday because today was November 7th, so that's the N7 day. This is by Casey Hudson. Happy N7 day. It's tough keeping a big secret, and we really struggled to keep this one a surprise. Yeah, no crap, Sherlock. Everyone knew about this one. We all knew that this was coming sooner or later. Like, I even saw people reporting this on podcasts like it had already been announced. Like, I was watching some podcasts, and I'm like, they announced this already? Like, listening to podcasts, and I was wondering if they had already announced this or not, because they were talking about this like it was already a fact that it was already being made. So everybody knew it, but it hadn't been officially confirmed. But anyway, but now it's official. Today we announced the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. We've heard for years your requests for a Mass Effect remaster. So we're super happy to finally reveal that we've been working on a remastered edition of the Mass Effect Trilogy. So that is the Mass Effect Legendary Edition. And I'm assuming, well, they said Mass Effect Trilogy, so that's Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. Probably going to include all DLCs. And it is not going to include Andromeda, which is interesting. Here's what I would do. Here's what I would do if I was Bioware. I'd be like, okay, so anyone that buys the Legendary Edition, you get Andromeda for free. Like, just give it for free. Just give it to people for free. Like, because that's going to be, because of the reputation that game has now, the only way you're going to sell it is if you give it away for free. And I think it's actually worth it for them to give it away for free, because I think a lot of people will realize the game is bad in some ways. There are a lot of things in the game that are bad. There's a lot of lack of polish, but it is not as bad as a lot of people made it out to be. That's my opinion on it. Anyway, for many months now, our team at Bioware has been hard at work updating the textures, shaders, models, effects, and technical features of 3 enormous games. Our goal was not to remake or reimagine the original games, but to modernize the experience so that fans and new players can experience the original work in its best possible form. It's been amazing to see the adventures of Commander Shepard take on a new life in super sharp resolution, faster frame rates, and beautiful visual enhancements. As game developers, we always hope that our games will transcend their original platforms. Having the opportunity to remaster the trilogy means that fruits of a decade of our work will live on and will be experienced better and clearer than ever before. Mass Effect Legendary Edition will include single-player based content and DLC for Mass Effect, Mass Effect 2, and Mass Effect 3, plus promo weapons. I hate this. Promo weapons, armors. I hate this so much. Like, I'm sorry, I hate it. And people are like, well, you don't have to use it. And it's like, yeah, and they don't have to put it in the game either. I genuinely hate this, because a lot of the times these things are too powerful. They screw the progression, and players just end up not experiencing progression at all. They're just like, yeah, like, I remember when I played Dragon Age Origins and I had like the Commander Shepard armor, and I think that I was able to use it throughout most of the game or something ridiculous like that. It was a while ago, so I could be wrong, but I do remember using that goddamn armor for a long time. And I don't like it. I don't like promotional weapons, promotional armors, promotional packs, special items, boosters, blah, blah, blah. I don't like it. And I hate that games have that. Why? Why do you need to have that? Why? Why? Your game has a progression. Doing these things breaks that progression. So, marketing team, stop it. Stop. Okay? Just stop. Don't even. I know, John. I know you, John. You're in the back over there taking notes, and you're like, maybe just a bit. No. Take it out. Yeah, I don't like that. Anyway, all remastered and optimized for 4K Ultra HD. It will be available in spring 2021 for Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC, with forward compatibility and targeted enhancements on Xbox Series X and PlayStation 5. So that means the PC is not getting the targeted enhancements. What? What do you mean? What do you mean? I mean, I'm assuming the PC version is already going to have whatever these targeted enhancements are. But yeah, more information to come in the new year. So spring 2021 is when you'll be able... Wait. It's not going to be available on the Switch? Am I crazy? Am I the only one that reads this and goes like, oh, what about the Switch? I guess Bioware is not looking towards that Japanese market, man. No Shepard in Japan. Shepard's not going in Japan, dude. They don't like money. Yeah, because like the Switch is one of the best consoles to put remasters in, especially remasters that are coming over from the friggin' PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360, because that's where these games come from. These are games from the age of PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360. Like, these things will run fine on a Switch. It doesn't have to be 4K, Ultra HD. Like, whatever, dude. Do a version that doesn't have all of that nonsense and put it on the Switch. Like, it's a no-brainer. Straight up a no-brainer. I really don't understand. Anyway, meanwhile, here at Bioware, a veteran team has been hard at work envisioning the next chapter of the Mass Effect universe. We are in early stages on the project and can't say any more just yet, but we're looking forward to sharing our vision for where we'll be going next. For me personally, Mass Effect represents years of work and countless special memories, so every year I feel incredibly fortunate to celebrate N7 days with players around the world. Thank you so much for supporting us over the years. I can't wait to continue our adventure together, revisiting our favorite memories in the Mass Effect universe and creating brand new ones. Casey. So, I don't know about their new game. My faith in Bioware right now is like... extremely low after Anthem, because Anthem was basically, like I said, I loved the gameplay of Anthem. I'm one of the few people that did, because pretty much every content creator just like takes a dump all over Anthem, like the entire project was completely irredeemable. Personally, I liked the gameplay of Anthem. Some people will say you're being paid to say that. I'm not. I mean, why would they be paying me now of all times? But either way, I liked the gameplay, but the end game loop didn't really, the content just wasn't there. And the direction that the game ended up going in was completely ridiculous. The direction that Anthem took was just, it made no goddamn sense, because it's like the coolest thing about this game is flying. So the only two content updates they made started with the first dungeon, where the first thing that they did is they had one of those sections where you couldn't fly, which I always thought was like, and people were justifying this to me. They were like, well, yes, because it's the sunken cell, it's their defense system, blah, blah, blah. No, it's stupid. That's what it is. And you want to know why? Because it should always be gameplay over lore. Always, 100% every single time, gameplay over lore or any other justification, not to mention that gameplay was the strongest thing about Anthem to begin with. So it should have always been gameplay over lore, and people are like, no, it was the defense system of the sunken shell. No. It was dumb. Okay? The fact that you get into the dungeon and the first thing they do is ground you and not allow you to fly was dumb. And then when they added the Cataclysm, the first thing they do, and this was when I completely lost interest in the game and I stopped playing altogether when I saw their presentation for the Cataclysm thing, is like, here's a death bar. You have to fly super fast to these safe zones, and we're going to make sure that you fly from safe zone to safe zone, and you can't properly explore the dungeon. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? The coolest thing about your game is the flying, and you're limiting it. You're kneecapping the coolest thing in your game. So yes, when it comes to my faith in Bioware, it's not particularly high. I don't know what the new Dragon Age is going to be like. I have severe doubts as to whether or not it's going to be a viable project. and a new Mass Effect is basically facing those same doubts, pretty much. That's where I stand. So I don't know about their new game. But having said that, the original Mass Effect trilogy, I loved it. I thought it was amazing. I remember distinctly because I was more interested in Dragon Age than Mass Effect, and I bought some kind of a version of Dragon Age that came with Mass Effect 2, and I was talking with Sidestrafe, and I was telling him, so yeah, this thing came with this other game, Mass Effect 2, so I guess I'll try that game out. Sidestrafe was like, well, what do you mean you're going to start with Mass Effect 2? And I'm like, well, yeah, I don't really care about Mass Effect. Like, that was me back in the day. I was like, I don't really care about this Mass Effect game. I'll check it out and it'll be whatever. And Sideshow was like, no. You go to like a game store, go to a bargain bin or something, because that's where the original Mass Effect was by then. You go to a bargain bin or something and dig up a copy of Mass Effect from a bargain bin. And I remember I bought it for like €4 and some change. And play through Mass Effect 1, and then use your save and play through Mass Effect 2, and then use your save and eventually play through Mass Effect 3, because Mass Effect 3 was going to be coming shortly after. And I played the 3 games pretty much back to back, and I loved it. It was amazing. I had a blast playing as Shepard. I usually played as the biotic character, I think it was the name, the space magician, where you could like pull people into the air and then use the push thing, and they would like get tossed, and it was hella fun. Enjoyed the crap out of it. So yeah, the original games are really good. So long as they don't mess it up and they maintain what the games were, I think it would be fun to play through them again. Am I going to do it on stream? Probably not. If I do that, it'll probably be like on my own time or whatever. But it would be something that I could potentially see myself doing. Potentially, maybe, I don't know, because there's a lot of games now, dude. There's a lot of games to be played, and this is a game that I've already played, and I'm not sure. In regards to the ending of Mass Effect 3, I didn't have as many problems as people had with the ending. I really don't understand all of that negativity surrounding the ending, because to me, those games were always about the journey. The ending, it was whatever. Like I was never the guy that was going to go back and do, I want to see how this goes if I do all of these other different choices. To me, the story was the story that I experienced, and that was my story. And to me, that was good enough. And like I've said, and people always say that I'm crazy when I tell them that, like, look, my Garrus died in Mass Effect 2. And it is what it is. He died. I never played with Garrus on Mass Effect 3. And I know that I missed out on a chunk of content, but that is what happened. And that is how seriously I took the consequences of Mass Effect, because I liked the story that much that I was experiencing my own story, that losing a major character like that, it impacted me and it shaped my decisions in the future. And I thought that was a cool thing.